Hi everybody, it's January 12th, 2026. There are good habits to have, and there are habits that are as varied in results and consequences, but one of them is pulling the thread. One thing I noticed about myself, when I get hooked by something, I get very curious and I start to pull the proverbial thread. And with pulling the thread in life, many times you'll find the more it unravels, the more truths come your way. But sometimes, or a lot of the times, the truths are not what you want to hear or not what you want to see, but they are vital to see, because those truths, they dismantle illusions. And the illusion could be something that you held by way of pride of yourself. And so sometimes when you pull that thread and unravel it, you can unravel your own pride. But this doesn't happen all the time. And then even if it does, getting rid of pride is not necessarily a bad thing most of the time. Sometimes pride is necessary in a surface way in order to carry on and have faith. But deep pride is also conversely is it'll taint who you are, and it will pervert your true self. And so when you pull threads, it's like a journey. First you may be blindsided by truths that you didn't want to see, and then as you keep on pulling, it meanders and you lose interest, but you keep pulling, and then you find that things are good, and then things are bad, and then things shift from left to right. And so pulling the thread, you will find that you may find answers in pulling the thread, but you will not find the answer in pulling the thread, because the answer is usually never ending, and it's usually not necessarily always intentional. The answer comes like lightning, it comes like rainfall, it comes like an unexpected wind, and when it comes, you will know it has arrived. And then you will learn that there's another answer, or the answer, to come in your future. And it's the answers that keep on coming which give you a true growth and true direction, instead of always pulling threads, even though pulling threads is a great way to develop wisdom. So that gets me to thinking about the articulation of physics. And I'm talking spiritual physics. An articulation of physics is, in one case, could be when you are trying to be a patient person and it's not working. You are trying to hold your temper, you are trying to speak respectfully, you are trying to not be rude, but it isn't working, or it is working, but it is causing you massive stress. To articulate the physics of spirituality, in this case, it's the best thing, if you want to be patient, the best thing to do to be patient is to let go. Not necessarily let go of the mission, let go of the goal, but just let go of the fight. Walk the road instead of fighting up the road with the wind and the rain and the streams that are coming against you. Just let go and walk on and live on, and you will see that your patience will allow you to forego frustration and to forego distraction in the fight that you don't want to be into because you're trying to get somewhere. Another articulation of physics of spirituality is when you want something and it's not coming. That is one of the hardest things that you must go through as an adult. When you want something deeply, and no matter what you do, it won't come. And a lot of people will tell you to look elsewhere, that you might find what you need elsewhere, but you can't take your mind or your attention off of what you feel you truly want. And to articulate yourself, articulate the physics to get yourself out of the situation, this calls for awareness, because when you are aware, you can sense things coming, or you can appreciate what you have now, or you can see what is underfoot right now instead of miles and miles away in your head. So expanding your awareness, or focusing your awareness on where you are at right now, It's going to give you a sort of map step by step of how to get to where you want. And sometimes when you do this, you may not even get that map. But once you bring your awareness to the moment, you will start to be able to knock down the walls that are between you and what you desire. And so you got tunnel vision. You have tunnel vision. You can only knock down one wall at a time. But as you do this, you are fighting and clawing your way to what you really want. And sometimes you will find that at the end you get exactly what you want. And so lastly, I could say the best way, or one way to articulate the physics of your spirit is a common one that I talk about, but we have to sacrifice sometimes. We don't want to. You could legitimately be treated unfairly. You could be legitimately in a bad spot and have nothing to give. You could literally have nothing to offer anyone. But sacrifice is a way to change the physics of your environment, of your spiritual, mental, emotional environment. Sacrifice brings you mercy. When you sacrifice yourself in the right capacity, in a responsible capacity, you bring mercy upon yourself and you bring blessings to yourself. They may not come immediately, they might not seem grand, but subtly they will arrive in your life after the sacrifice, and you will realize exactly why you got this. It's not karma, it's not giving and receiving. Sacrifice is hard. Sacrifice is a very troubling thing to go through sometimes. But once you do it with the right intentions, which means unselfishly or ungratefully, once you do it with the right intentions of wanting to give, wanting to make this world a better place, you will see that you will be definitely be taken care of. So I hope this helps. Thanks.